welcome to another Free Game Friday hosted by none other than me, attorney Ashley Goggins from Ashley Goggins Law. Shout out to everybody who has been sharing, who has been tagging fathers, who has been liking our page, who has been submitting questions to www.freegamefriday.com. Each and every week, you allow us to have major content to bring out and educate all of the fathers and all of the families everywhere around the world. I am only an attorney in Florida. I am only speaking to Florida law. However, I know attorneys all across the United States. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you know a father, go ahead and share this out on your page. Like, comment, let me know where you're tuning in from, what state you're tuning in from. And I am going to get ready to share this out on my page so all that my friends and family members and everybody else can see. So let me share this out. Hold on. Share. All right. Tag a father. All right. All right. Come on in. Come on in. I was supposed to go live earlier today, but I had multiple consultations today, back to back, with fathers who literally just got served. I'm sorry, not just got served. They were served with their paperwork from the Department of Revenue, and some of them only had a couple of days to respond. A guy came in this afternoon right before I was about to do Free Game Friday, and he literally has only until Tuesday to respond. So I had to get out all of the paperwork, draft all of the petitions, and try to get this thing served on the Department of Revenue by Tuesday. So, y'all, it's been crazy. So that's why I don't tell y'all what time I'm coming on no more, because you never know who's gonna walk in the door, and I gotta help my fathers that's coming in. So I'm gonna talk about that before I get to today's question. But I just love that you guys are listening, you guys are spreading the word, that you guys are really just remembering. Even if you don't remember everything I said, you're remembering enough to be proactive instead of reactive. So for me, the reason why I love this is so much of educating is because when these fathers get served with the petition for a proposed child support order, when they get notice by child support that they're going to be placed on child support, they have 20 days to respond. 20 days to respond. That includes weekends, that includes business days, that includes every day, okay? And 20 days goes by fast. And if they don't respond correctly and serve the correct people, they no longer can opt out. And so our goal is to opt out of the Department of Revenue, meaning opt out administratively and go to circuit court, so that these fathers can have their rights instead of paying child support and not even having rights to their children, not even being able to see their children when they get ready. You all do not know how many fathers call me every single day and say they pay child support, but they can't even see their children when they get ready to, or they can't even see their children based on the parenting plan that DOR, which is the Department of Revenue, said they could have, which is every other weekend and one day overnight during the week and alternating holidays. Just got off the phone with the father. He said he's only had one holiday this year. One holiday this year. And you know what? It wasn't Father's Day. Y'all want to take a guess of what holiday it was? That's neither here nor there, but we got to be educated. So, again, I'm going to restate that. If you are served with child support papers, please contact somebody so that you can adequately respond in the time frame. This is a mandatory time frame. Okay, you have 10 days to waive service. 10 days from the date that you were served. 10 days to waive service. And then you have to write a letter letting them know that you want to opt out and go to circuit court. And you have to make sure it's served on Tallahassee as well as your local DOR office. That's for anywhere in Florida. Then Or another option is to just file a petition in circuit court. But you also have to do all of that within 20 days, okay? And just filing it does not stop the clock. You have to serve it, okay? Serve it. All right. So we are on our question of the day. Let me know, guys, where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's on. We're going to get to the Kodak Black question of the day. I hope Kodak Black does not mind sponsoring this Free Game Friday. But on Breakfast Club, Kodak Black stated that he pays about $4,500 a month in child support. So the question of the day, and he asks, you know, I thought about, like, if I have another child, will my $4,500 child support go down? So if you have that question, or you know someone that feels like their child support may or could decrease because they have an additional child, let's just play with the numbers, okay? We're going to just play with the numbers. So I need y'all to help me out. I need y'all to help me out with some numbers to put in, okay? So how much money per month do you think Kodak Black makes? I need some numbers to put in, and I also need to know how much the baby mom makes. So I have the father is Kodak Black, and the baby mama is baby mama Black, okay? So I have the same system that we use in Florida for child support, and we're going to calculate and enter the numbers together so that we can see if him having another child will decrease his child support by doing the real child support guidelines in Florida, okay? Shout out to Kodak Black. He's in Florida. So we got Kodak Black and baby mama Black. How much money do you think Kodak Black brings in a month? And does anybody know how old his child is? We're going to call the child Kodak Black Jr. And let's say his child is born December 14th of, we need him to still, he may still be in daycare. So let's say 2014. Let's say 2014. Okay, so with child support, the factors that you need to know is how much money each parent makes. You need to know the age of the child, and you need to know how much time the child spends with each parent. So right now I have Kodak Black Jr. He was born 12/14 of 2014. He lives most of the time with baby mama Black. So I have her days as 365. And the reason why I'm going to start with having her days as 365 is because when you get served, or when your baby daddy, or when your husband, or when your brother, or your friend gets served with the DOR paperwork, they're going to propose a number that she has most of the time with the child. Okay. So monthly wages, we're going to say that Kodak Black brings in $100,000 per month. And we're going to say, well, y'all help me out. How much do you think she makes? How much do you think the baby mama makes without child support? I need a number. As soon as I get a number, I'm going to put it in the system. I put Kodak Black at $100,000. And already, Kodak Black making $100,000 a month. His child support number is $4,105. This already. She make $800 a month. That ain't even minimum wage in Florida. Do y'all want me to put minimum wage? Minimum wage is about $14.30 or like $17.12. Okay, let's say she makes $5,000 a month. Thank you. Okay, so let me put $5,000 in a month for her. And Kodak Black is filing single, and the baby mama is filing head of household. Okay, so right now, let me add in how much do you think she pays per month in daycare? So when you're thinking about child support, let me go through the deductions that you get. You get a child care deduction, you get unreimbursed health care, you get health care that actually comes out of your check, you get mandatory retirement, and you get union dues. Okay, so that's about it. Child care, health insurance, any unreimbursed health or dental, mandatory retirement, and union dues. Those are the deductions that you're going to get. So how much money does $2,000 in daycare? Is that what you mean, Eddie? Or $2,000 a month is what she makes. Somebody give me a daycare amount for this child. He's just turning 4, I believe, he's just turning 4. Okay, daycare. Oh, Jesus, $2,000 a month daycare? Okay. So I'm gonna give her a $2,000 deduction for daycare. So when I gave her that $2,000 deduction, and let me take my phone off because I want y'all to see the numbers, okay? I want y'all to see the numbers. Okay. So hopefully y'all can see this. Okay. This is the exact same thing we use in court. So this is Florida child support. So right now we have Kodak Black Jr. If you can see, Kodak Black Jr. 12/14/2014, and we have Baby Mama Black, and she has 365 days out of the year she's spending with Kodak Black Jr. And let's go to the deductions. The deductions are going to be $2,000 a month in child care expense. So how much money do you all, let's just give health insurance. You all think Kodak Black has health insurance? We got to give him some type of deductions. Let's say, let's say he has Obamacare. Well, he don't qualify for Obamacare. Y'all think he got? Okay, let's just say he pays $1,000. Okay, so you see this number right here, $5,880 is what his amount is, okay? And the baby mama is paying $2,000, right? So let's answer the question. Another deduction that you can have is if you pay child support from another prior relationship, okay? So your prior relationship, let's just say he pays $800 a month for a new child. No, an old child. I'm sorry, an old child. So if you see what it is now, he has $5,838. So if he has a child from a previous relationship, and let's say he pays $1,000 a month in child support. Do you see how? That's a shame. Hold on. So $880. I want y'all to see this number, $880, and I'm giving him a $1,000 deduction from a previous child, and it's going to go down like $40, $50. That's it. So to answer the question, that's crazy, right? Isn't that crazy? It only goes down literally like $60, $60, $70. Crazy. And it doesn't matter if he has to pay child care for that other child. Literally, that $1,000, if it's court-ordered child support, that's the deduction he will get for that. That's the deduction. Now, this is if she's making, I have her, like we stated earlier, I have her making $5,000 per month, and he's making $100,000 per month. So it's all based on the amount that each party makes. If the child is in daycare, if there's some unreimbursed health care, if there is some actual health care premium, some alimony from a previous relationship, a child support that was ordered through the courts from a previous relationship. But as you can see, for our question of the day, you're not going to get a huge discount, because I've heard judges say, you knew that you had another child when you laid down and had this one. Now, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. I've heard judges out of their mouths say, that child that you had previously You're taking care of that child. You laid down and you had another child when you knew that you already had responsibilities. So if you want to lay down and have another one, you need to be able to take care of them. So I think that the child support calculator guidelines feels the same way. So I can play with these numbers a little bit more. If y'all want to sneak in some numbers hypothetically for yourself, go ahead. But I'm going to put Kodak Black. Let's give Kodak Black his $100,000 per month. And let's just say his baby mama doesn't work and she makes about $2,000, which is, and nothing's wrong with her. She doesn't have any disability, which means that she can work. So if she can work and she doesn't have a job, the state of Florida, what they'll do is they'll impute minimum wage onto her. So imputing minimum wage just means that they'll say, okay, well, she can work. She doesn't have a disability. So we're going to act as though she had a job. And if she did have a job, it would be at the rate of minimum wage. So we give her that. But let's change the numbers. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put it back at 5,000. I'm going to put it back at 5,000. But we're going to change this time. We're going to actually change the amount of time. And this is why time sharing is super, super important. Remember that we have the baby mama Black, with 365 days. Let's just say that Kodak Black decided to only make music and record, be in the studio, be on tour half of the year, because he wanted to spend adequate time, just as much time with the mom. So we're going to give him 182 days. Now you see that dropped his child support almost $1,500. Look at that. Even with half. So let's go back to his deductions. Let's just say his health insurance. Now this is, let me move this back. Okay. He's still paying $1,000 a month. But let's just say the child care expense, remember now he's going to have the child just as much as the month. Well, really half of the year as well. So let's say his child care is going to be $3,000 because he probably make a little bit more. He probably got a little fancier daycare. So that'll drop him a little bit more. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, that dropped him about, what did I say he, let's just give him $2,000. So that's going to give him another $200. So $4,498. So it really went down about almost $2,000 with those deductions, okay? And that's just general deductions. So I wish I could put I'm going to put some general numbers up here, y'all, so that y'all can kind of see. So Kodak Black, let's say Kodak Black is just Kodak. Let's just say he's just Kodak, okay? He's just Kodak. Let's just say he doesn't make $100,000 anymore. Let's just say he makes $50,000. Let's just say he's a teacher. He went down a different path in life. He becomes a teacher, makes $50,000. Let's say that the baby mom, I'm sorry, not $50,000 a month. I meant to put a year. $50,000 a year. Let's say that she makes $20,000 a year. Okay. So Kodak, right now, Kodak is at 506. Let me make sure there's no deductions. Okay, there's no deductions. Hold on. No child support from another relationship. So right now, Kodak Black, the baby mama Black makes $20,000 a year. Kodak makes $50,000. He's single. He's filing head of household. Right now, with Kodak Black Jr. being with his mother 365 days out of the year, he's going to pay $677. Y'all see that? $677. But we're going to switch this number to 182, which is generally what 50-50 custody is. So overnights with Kodak, which is going to make the mom go to 183. And you see what that number go down to? Come on, Kodak. That's what we need right there. 229. 229. Now, this is with no deductions. This is with no deductions. Let's say that, like Kodak said, let's say he had another child. So we're going to go down here and give him a deduction. Let's just say he pays $450 for his previous child with his first baby mama. He pays $450. You see how that move? 229. He pays $450. 229. But let's just say, okay, he has extended day. The baby mom pays extended day. The baby mom is paying $152. $327. It went up. But let's say he carry him on his good Duval County School Board insurance. So he's paying about $100. He gonna get another deduction. So he's gonna be right around $314 per month. That's less than $100 a week. I hope that was helpful. Do you guys have any questions about that? I wanted to show you guys like the real deal of how everything is calculated. Whew. Okay. Anybody have any questions about that? Because I wanted to give y'all the real deal. So if Kodak has another baby, Kodak, he might get a little tiny. He might get a little tiny, but they don't really care because they feel like you knew that you had one child to take care of. You only had one child to take. So they don't care how much your mortgage is. They don't care how much money you spend eating out. They don't care about your light bill. They don't care about any of that. And I feel like, just like you said, Eddie, I feel like a lot of people do not know how it works. So I wanted to show you what the calculator is. If you've ever been to child support court, if you've ever been, in the back at a hearing, literally the judge put this huge worksheet on the screen. And we look at the screen and determine what these numbers should be based on the information that we have at hand. Now, if you don't show up to the hearing and you actually work, the state of Florida can actually pull your income from the last 6 months. Now, deductions, they generally do not show any deductions because that's why you want a lawyer there on your behalf. That's why you also want to turn in your paperwork and respond. Sometimes if the mother doesn't have to show up because the state of Florida is representing the mother in DOR administrative child support. So the mother would not have to show up. They would already have her financial information. If they don't have anything or she doesn't have a job, they're going to say that she makes the minimum wage. If you don't show up and you don't have any reported income, no reported income, nothing's going to the state, nothing going to the IRS, then they'll also impute the minimum wage onto you, which is $8.25. And so if you want to do the calculations of what your child support payment would be, $8.25, you would do $8.25 times 40 because they'll assume you're going to work full time. That's $330 a week. You'll do $330 times 52 is $1,760 for the year divided by 12. And this is what the monthly payments would. This is your monthly salary. I'm sorry. This is your monthly salary, $1,430. That is what they'll use for your monthly gross income with no deductions, okay? So that is how child support. Who never comes to court? Sometimes the fathers don't show up. Sometimes the mothers don't show up. But if you're working and you have a job and you have reported income, you definitely need to know what your numbers are going to be before you even walk in there. Like I had a guy come this week and we worked out and did his numbers in the consultation, because he wanted to know what his numbers would be, what his options are. Should he go to circuit court? Should he stay with the Department of Revenue? Because you want to know what your options are. I had another guy come in for a consultation, and he paying literally $400 more than what he's supposed to make because his child is no longer in daycare. So if your child is no longer in daycare, that's going to take a significant amount off of your child support, which qualifies as a substantial change in circumstances. Also, it's over a $50 difference. Now, the guy that came in earlier, his was only a $35 difference. I'm like, you might as well pay your $35. Do your goodwill, pay your $35. It's not even a 15% difference. You good, okay? Give her that 35, all right? So it's all numbers. It's all about knowing the rules. Yeah, hey, I'm with fathers. I'm excited. Once they're out, I enjoy just having extended day. Because that child care in 2018, 2019 is something serious, okay? So if you have a child, a new child, that pays daycare, you're going to be paying at least that amount. At least that amount. If you don't have any father's rights or any time sharing plan, or you like Kodak and the baby mama has 365 days. So, well, I enjoyed that, and I'm glad Kodak sponsored this Free Game Friday. If you guys have any questions that you would like answered live here on Free Game Friday, always go to www.freegamefriday.com. You can freely submit your family law questions there, and I will answer them live either here or on the radio, iHeartRadio. Every weekend we're doing Free Game Friday there, playing 4 or 5 times a week. So if you're listening out on iHeartRadio 101.5, be sure to honk your horn when you hear me. Also, if you're watching the replay of this, go ahead, share it out, because you never know who needs this information. And as always, go with Goggins for all of your family law, criminal law, and personal injury matters. I'll see you guys on next Friday for another Free Game Friday. Have a good weekend.